So welcome to sunny Orlando, Florida. Thank you for visiting IsawWhatNotToDo.com. I am Dr. Charles Bridges, and I wanted to make this video for those of you who have purchased the book or are thinking about purchasing the book. I want to tell you a little bit about how the book came to be, some of the principles, ideas, concepts within the book, etc. So, first thing I want to talk about just real quickly is how you can publish your own book. There's two methods of publishing. There's self-publishing and traditional publishing. I have published the book myself, and that's one option if you're an entrepreneur and you don't necessarily have a large following as of just yet. That's one way of doing it. Traditional publishing, typically it's quite a bit more challenging as far as the information that I have read. I have not published traditionally as of just yet. So self-publishing for your first time, if you're a beginning author or thinking about writing for the first time and not sure how to publish, there's createspace.com. It's a resource that you can check, and that's a possibility. So hopefully that's helpful. So let me tell you a little bit about the book, I Saw What Not to Do. The title of the book came from a funny story. So the short version of the story, I wrote a dissertation that you have to write in order to become a doctor, to get a PhD. My degree is an EDD, very similar to PhD, very small similarities, or differences rather. And my chair of the department, we were talking about me writing a book and concepts, etc. And I told her that I wanted to write about my history and that there were many challenges from the neighborhood that I grew up in and people doing things that were, I thought, in my eyes, wrong. And I wanted to do the opposite. And this person just so happens to be a writer and publisher herself. And so she said, the name of your book is I Saw What Not to Do. And I thought about it, and I don't remember, maybe a few days later, and I said, you know what, she's exactly right. And I used that title. So how did that title come to be, or why did the material, kind of give the idea for that title? Growing up just south of Chicago, Champaign, Illinois, small town, 100,000 people, in the 70s and 80s. There was a lot of racial issues, racial tension at the time, lots of issues within social arenas. And my family was poor. My grandfather and grandmother had money, but my family was poor. And a lot of people within our neighborhood and communities were doing bad things. So I decided, I don't know, I guess this just came from God. I decided that I didn't want to be like all these other people. I didn't want to be average. I didn't want to be on food stamps. I didn't want to be on government assistance. I didn't want to have my power cut off consistently, which a lot of those things happened to my family. So I decided at a young age I was going to do the opposite of what so many people around me were doing. So I said, I found what not to do, right? And so I wrote a lot about that within the book. You will find at the end of the book there's a section called Lifeisms. Many of the principles within that Lifeism section are things that I have read or heard from other successful people. Now, I talk about success a lot in the book, but since I wrote the book, and I think it was 2013 or 14 when it was published, I don't remember the exact date, I've changed a lot of my focus from success to greatness. And one of the reasons is that greatness, to me, is a larger concept of success. Success takes time. Success is a process. But greatness often indicates that you're thinking about your legacy, you're thinking about more than just yourself, and that's the type of person that I am. So I'm going to do different books and things in the future, and I'm going to talk more about greatness than success. So if you decide to purchase the book is for really anybody who is just trying to figure out another direction in your life. Maybe you are a chef or desiring to become a chef, and you're not really sure what to do, how to get started. Maybe you're desiring to be an entrepreneur. Maybe you are someone who is desiring to go to medical school, but you're not really sure. Whatever the options are, the things that you're thinking about, within this book, you will find ideas and concepts and principles that you have not seen anywhere else. I hope that after reading the book and reading the material, that the information that is shared within it is life-changing and and that it's impactful. And I hope that you contact me on the message page on I Saw What Not to Do and let me know how the book has impacted you. Many of the things that are discussed within the book are my own personal life experiences, but also things that I have researched as well. So I want people to also understand that it's not just me writing something and just coming up with ideas. Many of this is based on empirical data. It's based on actual research, but then also I combine some of those practical scientific methods with kind of street knowledge, if you will, if you allow me to say it in that way, and combining those attributes to be able to put it in a way where a lay person can understand it, a professional person, or a CEO of a company can understand it. So the book truly is for anybody. I encourage you to go to Amazon.com, type in I Saw What Not to Do, and you'll see the same cover that you see on the website. Go and get the book, Dr. Bridges from Orlando, Florida. Blessings to all of you. I hope you purchase and you love the book. Until next time.